Is this the Rookie CEO podcast?
Yeah, I think we're in the right place.
Oh, Hev, it's recording. This is Fuzz.
And I'm Hev, and you're listening to the Rookie CEO podcast. So today we're going to be talking about how adaptability really is the secret sauce to your business. How have you find that adaptability has kind of changed Fuzzy Logic, for example?
Well, we are a completely different business to when we started.
Yeah.
I think I said this in a previous episode where Fuzzy Logic initially we were still a one-stop shop, but we weren't really including services like SEO and graphic design and all that lot. We were more about automation. So it was just more me understanding what my skill sets are, my passion, and that was more actually based on like building databases.
Yeah, wow.
More on like automations and kind of utilizing AI from what it was like 2 years ago. AI right now is a completely different ballgame. 2 years ago there was no such thing as video AI.
Yeah.
Whereas today, believe it or not, if a video ends at the end of my sort of when I'm editing it, but I just need an extra 2 seconds because then it will go with the music. Honestly, nowadays you can extend a video by 2 seconds. And it just uses AI, it uses like the last 5 seconds of the video, and it just predicts how that's going to continue.
Wow, that's just crazy.
It's just unbelievable. But this is what I'm saying. So you have to adapt. So like AI, for instance, so many people are scared of it. But if you're not using AI, or at least learning how AI can support you and your business, then you are going to be left behind.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing like 10 years ago, I would say. 10 years ago, do you think people invested in social media to support their business growth? I doubt it very much.
No.
What about you? When you started HW Media Marketing, or management actually it's called, you're already adapting, because I think you're going through a whole rebrand as we speak.
Yeah, so obviously I named it HW Media Management, but I've kind of dropped the management off. It's just HW Media. I've toyed with HW Social Media. To be honest, the name is a work in progress still. The problem is that I have is obviously I work very closely with the Fuzzy team, but I am a solo entity, and the trouble is I over time have realised, because I used to have a company page and be like, we do this and we do that, but actually probably what I have adapted the most is I've really lent into the fact it's me. Because a lot of my clients work with me because it's just me. They can pick up the phone, it's me that answers. So I've kind of stepped away from the company brand and just lent more into Heather, and like kind of that is my brand. It's HW, it's Heather. I
think that takes quite a lot of confidence to do it, because what you're doing there is you're doing two things. It's one, which is like you're telling your clients and potential clients that it is just you, and that's quite a scary thought, because you know, there's some companies out there that don't just want one person. So you're almost limiting your reach. Yeah. But two, you're putting so much pressure on yourself. Because you're basically saying, it is just me.
Yeah, I am the brand.
I am brand.
My name's Heather, I am brand.
Yeah.
And I think, so the other thing, again, I completely agree with you. I was so anti-AI. I was like, it's lazy, it's this, it's that. You can't keep up in today's environment unless you pick up new skills, and AI is one of those things. If you don't, like you say, if you don't learn it, you'll get left behind. And it's actually just wild to me how many people are still like so against it, and it's like, okay, well, if you can use AI to alleviate some more of the mundane things you're doing, what does that open you up to in your business that you could do with that time you've saved?
It's not even mundane things. It's also more creative things. So you'll have days, especially if you are a creative, where you're just not feeling very creative. You have days where you do enjoy doing market research, but actually what you could do is you just copy and paste loads of information into ChatGPT and just say, statistically, like how like what is my platform? This is my business. Instead of me doing loads of market research, what social media platform do you think I should use today? Yeah. AI is amazing. As I said at the beginning of the episode, it's finishing videos for me. It's creating images that would take me a couple of hours to draw. It can draw, and then you just got to touch up. It's the same thing with posts. Sometimes you can create a post that you just need to touch up.
Yeah.
And one thing that you've taught me is you can create a voice through the system. Well, people don't know that. People I'm not trying to put copywriters out of business, but if you can't afford a copywriter, or if you know you need a copywriter and want to try a different tactic, you can actually create your brand voice in a separate system of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And obviously, you having multiple clients, you have theoretically 10 bots all at once.
Yeah, and I would admit this to anyone that asked me. A lot of my clients, I sit there for hours training AI systems to really understand their tone of voice. So I'm working with multiple clients. It's quite hard to flip the tone of voice. Like 1 minute I'm working in finance, the next minute I'm working in construction. So I have to flip between tone of voices a lot. So I will sit there, I will input things that I've written for them, their tone of voice guidelines, their personality traits, their demographics, their target audiences, and I'll sit there and I'll train these bots up so that they, obviously all the ideas are my own, but they just kind of help you structure it.
They're wording it, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's a great source for creative ideas, 100%.
Yeah. I would kind of say, with stuff like that, use it as your springboard, not your glue.
Yeah. I don't want to focus this episode too much on AI, but AI is such a great example as to why businesses need to adapt. Hey Hev, have you heard of IT Managed Services? They're an IT support service based in Kent.
Yeah, I've been with them for over a year now. I love being able to just call them at any point and they take over my computer and fix the issue so much quicker than spending hours on Google.
Why have you kept that to yourself all this time? Right, I need to sign up to these guys. What's their website?
It's it-ms.co.uk, or you can call 01634 218 362.
Yeah, I think another kind of adapting is kind of like your service offering. So I know for you, for example, with your content days, you kind of have payment plans and stuff. Because I think it's understanding your target audience, and if your target audience is a small business, cash flow is a problem. And for them, splitting the cost over 6 months could be the difference for them doing it and not doing it. Yeah,
exactly that. That's right. Yeah, anything over all the packages that we offer, anything over £3,000 is we offer a 6-month breakdown. And the reason, as you said, the reason behind that is that, but also we're trying to be as easy as possible for our clients. That's why we're trying to do a one-stop shop approach. So let's just say they needed a business card, they needed leaflets, they needed a website, they needed a logo. If you get that all through us, not only will you get discount because you're going for multiple services, but then you get the option of actually just spread it over 6 months.
Yeah.
And I think that honestly, I didn't do that because it was a good business idea. I did that because you have to adapt to your target audience. Your target audiences are small businesses, but you're offering a high quality service. You've really got to review, hang on a minute, maybe either my ideal clients aren't what I thought they were, or I have to adapt this approach. But I do love working for small businesses.
Me too.
Because it's a lot more personal.
Yeah, and it's when you see results, you really see the results.
Yeah.
You can see the impact that's having on them. I've got clients that when I first started working with them, they were a team of 2 and they're now a team of 12. So obviously that's not just down to me, but it's all the other things they're doing. But it's so nice when you see them benefiting from their hard work. And you don't get that when you work with bigger companies. I think it's the appreciation as well.
Yeah. It's the appreciation. It's also just you don't know, it's quite overwhelming from our line of work when you're going to these larger businesses and you think, who's the point of contact? I've been dealing with I don't know, could be a PA. Think, who am I working with tomorrow? It's a difficult one when you're dealing with larger businesses. But when it comes to adaptability, it's not even about adapting your market or adapting the way that you work. It's adapting your own goal as well. A lot of people don't think about their own goal, especially as a small business. They just think the day-to-day is what is running them.
Yeah.
But actually, everyone should, especially within the first 2 years, think about, every approach that I make now, every business decision that I make, is it proactive? So, for instance, when we started Fuzzy Logic, I spent 3 months creating a system where clients can have their own sort of trouble ticket system, where it is just a very seamless approach to basically contacting us for work. So instead of texting us and just, in my head I'm thinking, if we had 100 clients and I'm just asking them all to WhatsApp me, that is not sustainable.
Yeah.
So it's about adapting that approach.
Yeah,
especially as
sure.
you grow.
Yeah.
And one thing that I love about networking is I met Ben, the owner of Yomo Finance, and he ran through a whole different system that has saved us days of work.
Yeah.
And has improved our communication immensely. And that's just through adapting.
Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of project management software is just so good for that, isn't it?
Yeah. So where do you, like, talking about adapting then, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see HW in 5 years? Is that something that you've thought about?
I guess I have and I haven't, because like, I'm so passionate about Rookie CEO that I'm kind of like, oh, it's so hard to also think about this thing at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think with HW, it's happening naturally anyway. Kind of growing with existing clients as their business grows, taking on responsibility for them and kind of being their external marketing manager. But when I first started, I was like, I don't know, like working for pennies and giving them the world. But sometimes it's not a bad thing, because some of those clients that was the case, I'm working with them now, like I get a good rate with them. Yeah. I've got a lot of trust and a lot of freedom. So it's kind of like, well, okay, if I didn't take that on at the start, it wouldn't have adapted into what it is now. So sometimes taking a risk is worth it.
That is a form of adaptation though, isn't it, right? If you're starting a business.
Well, I've showed them my worth over time.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to be, especially if it's something new to you. So you were a finance advisor, and you said, I want to become a photographer. Like, you can't expect to be charging the same amount as other photographers that have been around for 5+ years.
Yeah.
So you do, unfortunately, have to lower your price tag. And then you slowly adapt the more your portfolio grows. And then you understand what your time is worth.
Yeah.
And then you can start charging that. But again, that's just a form of adaptation. There's no way I'd be here now if I was still charging what I was charging a year and a half ago.
Yeah. For sure. And like, I guess with like what we're doing with Rookie CEO, like, it could have just stayed as those as the networking groups, but it's not. It's evolving. It's adapting with demand and kind of influence from others, suggestions, kind of the environment, the landscape, the kind of, we saw gaps in offerings and stuff. So it really is. It's adaptability, but it's also seeing potential in what you've got 100%. And what you can do.
Yeah, it's seeing the opportunities where they're there. That also. It's a finding the balance again, isn't it? It's like you see an opportunity, you think, is it something that I can do long term? And that's probably the same question is, like, is it a passion of mine?
Yeah.
Because if you're not passionate about the project, it's not going to last.
No, I don't think you should be self-employed and not passionate about what you do. Because how the hell are you going to push yourself forward? Because some days are really bloody tough. And if I wasn't passionate about what I do, I think I would have thrown the towel in a long time ago.
A great example of that, I think, is... and we see them quite a lot in networking events, is virtual assistants or even personal assistants, where they'll start their business and they're quite easy, as in that's probably the wrong term, but they'll almost take anyone on because they need that portfolio. Similar with the photographers, but I see so many VAs where they take anything and everything on, and the more clients they get, they realise, actually, I'd rather just have a niche in this sector. I'd rather just have a niche on, like, I don't know, being someone's personal, like for their personal stuff, like whether they want to book holidays and stuff like that, or find them a cleaner, or like, for instance, we've got 2 VAs. One of them actually is very passionate about graphic design, so actually she's our graphic designer. She's adapted, and now she's taken that role on her LinkedIn experience, and she wants more roles like that. So it's understanding that you're adapting not just for the market, but also for your own passions and what you want to do going forward.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just, as well, like, when you're out and about networking, look out for those kind of opportunities as well, and like really actually listen to what people are saying, because they might be talking about something a problem that if you were to just kind of pivot slightly, you could solve, and other people might not be solving that yet. No,
definitely not. It'd be interesting to know with the viewers and the listeners how they've adapted their business over the last 2 years. So either comment below.
Well, I guess it's like a lot of trades start out just doing domestic and they go into commercial or vice versa. I know a lot of like commercial tradesmen end up going into high-end residential. So it is interesting watching how people can pivot around.
And the business plans change constantly, especially as they review them.
This is why I'm not... I mean, I have a rough guide of where I'm going, but I never set it in stone because I think if you're too rigid, it doesn't allow you to move.
Yeah, because we all have different passions every year as we grow. One thing that I have adapted from a personal aspect, and it is a shame really, is before I started Fuzzy Logic, I still am obviously, but heavily into videoing and photography, full personal stuff.
Yeah.
So I was capturing so many memories on film, but now it feels like it's my job. I'm not doing so much of that when I'm with my family.
Yeah.
So you'll notice on my personal Instagram where when I started Fuzzy Logic, my videos have just gone they've just stopped.
Yeah.
Now all my videos are on Fuzzy Logic and it's just me and you dancing.
I mean, I wish I could say the same because my personal Instagram is still popping off.
Oh, is it?
You'll still find me on my TikTok. If you ever find my personal TikTok, you'll find me dancing or doing something stupid. But I just love it. I love social media and I'm not ashamed to say that I love Instagram. I love TikTok.
You're just making me sound like I've just stopped. I don't enjoy what I do. Right, thank you for listening, guys. But again, comment below. How have you adapted to your business within the last 2 years? We're very interested to know. And then we'll see you guys next week.
See you later, alligators.